There we are then. We just had another round of shot at the Romford Horror Film Festival, Horrific 2025. And now we are here with a couple of members of the cast and crew of The Night Whispers, or as the selectors of the Romford Committee have been calling, Peter Blunden's house on a Saturday night. First of all, let people know who you are and what your part was on this show.
Sure. So I'm Adrian, and I'm the director of the film.
I'm Caitlin, and I played the friend at the end of the film.
So, what was the initial inspiration for this short? Because it's, they say write what you know, make what you know. Is this a dodgy date gone bad?
So it's actually inspired by my brother. Because I know it sounds dodgy, but he talks in his sleep. And I thought, this could be really creepy if that was your first date. And then you take her home, or you go to her home, and then she starts talking in her sleep, and it becomes creepier and creepier. So, and then one of my friends happened to be a contortionist, so I thought that would be a perfect combination of those two ideas.
So your lead actress, your friend's a contortionist.
Yeah.
So she did all that herself, because that is some creepy positions to get
No special effects, it was all her.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how, I mean, I guess this one answers itself, but how did you come across that? How did you know she was perfect for this role, and what was the rest of the casting process to get your team together?
Yeah. So I met her completely random through some friends, and specifically vegan friends. I know it's quite a niche community, and even more niche vegan filmmakers and actors and stuff. Random. Yeah, and she said that she's done a bunch of horror films already, and she's been in one episode of Game of Thrones, which is pretty cool. And if I needed her help in any way, then yeah, she'd be in front of a camera. And Caitlin, I met, was that Soho Film Festival?
Yeah.
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 We were there with our film Marvin the Vampire. That
I remember.
I was here too last year, and yeah, we met at a networking event for the Soho Film Festival here in London, and yeah, I thought she'd be great as the flatmate at the end.
So what was it about this short that made you want to get involved, that it was an easy sell for you to jump on?
Yes. Well, because I saw the previous one, and I really liked the style of it, the acting of it, and it was something I am really interested in like comedy horror. And when it was like, oh, so this is the film, you're going to be the comedy part, I was like, yes. So I got very excited. Yeah, I think it was literally like a 2-second conversation. Do you want to be a part of this? Yes. Okay, cool. And that was that.
Filmmaking, indie filmmaking at the best of times is hard. And of course, you brought your short film to us last year, and we loved that, and we loved seeing you come back again this year. Was there any aspect of this film that, in the scripting phase, through to the production, through to the finale stage, that changed in any significant way, and that actually was for the better?
Yeah, like there were a couple of things where we didn't know exactly yet what Jen, the main actress, could do. And it was literally a conversation of, oh, could you fit in that box? Yeah, I can do that. Could you fit under the bed like this? Yeah, I can do that. And stuff like that, which was quite funny. And for Caitlin as well at the end with the door, when you close the door.
Yeah.
The door was a bit stuck, and it needed a few attempts to close it, and I said just use it and power your kind of wrath with it at the end. So that was quite funny, right?
Yeah, oh, that was good.
Who inspires you as a filmmaker?
As a filmmaker? Well, we're quite lucky, I feel, lately in the horror genre. See a few new voices like Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, and all those guys. I think they're quite a big inspiration for me at the moment.
If you had a chance to show this short movie to them for a little bit of feedback, what do you think they would say about it?
Hopefully they would laugh and enjoy the twist. And yeah, I appreciate it, hopefully.
So any creative can tell me exactly what's wrong with their movie, especially when you see it on a massive big screen like that. However, I like to flip that question a little bit. I don't like to hear about the negatives, I like to hear about the positives, and this is for both of you as well, performance-wise as well. When you saw the movie up on the screen today, or when you've seen it up on a big screen, what is your proudest thing about seeing it up there? What's the proudest moment? It could be a shot, it could be a line of dialogue. What makes you think we smashed that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we smashed the lighting of the living room. I thought it looked quite nice, and a happy accident is also the police siren at the end coming in, which was not scripted, but it just looked cool with the police flare and the light and everything. I think we got quite lucky with the team and the lighting and everything, and the main actress being a contortionist and seeing her under the bed and on the big screen is quite fun. Yeah. What about you?
Anything that you two did together, because it was really fun to watch. I got to see the whole process, so I was like, oh, she's doing that, okay, and then your face was like, so I just really enjoyed it. I was like hiding in corners, just giggling to myself, trying not to make any noise, and all of us were kind of looking at each other like, this looks really good, like the whole time. So yeah, just any time you guys were in shot together.
So this is, I believe, our second shot that we've had from you. We've had Marvin, and now we've had the Night Whisper. Sorry. Any intentions of making that leap into the feature film realm, or are we going to keep dabbling in short films just now?
Yeah, we actually just finished another short film called Ring Ring, which we will probably submit to Romford again. So we might be here next year, and then
I'm sure you will.
And then maybe, we can have that conversation again, and hopefully I'll be working on something bigger. But,
And is there any other kind of, obviously we love having you here for Horrific, but we also have the main festival which deals with a lot of different genres. Is there any other genre that you'd love to play in?
I really like psychological thrillers, so maybe something like that could come up.
If you could put your film, this short film, into a time capsule and bury it for a good 50, 60, 70 years, and it gets unleashed on the world again, but it also features a little message from yourself, what would you say to the next person that finds this movie?
I'd probably have to explain what that weird square thing on the table was that we call phone nowadays. And just be careful who you invite over, I guess. Something like that.
So we're going to go to the audience. Do we have anybody who has a question? We don't have a microphone, so you will have to shout though. Anyone? Right, well, I've got a cracking question for you.
Okay.
You could remake any movie, classic movie, but you have to cast puppets. What movie would you make? And from an actress standpoint, you could voice one of these puppets. What movie would you love to be in?
Oh my gosh. This is a brilliant question. It would have to be something really dramatic, because obviously Muppets Christmas Carol is like peak. If I could voice one of them, maybe like Animal, because doing different voices is really fun. This is such a good question. Maybe like a musical like Les Mis, and then the only person is like Jean Valjean.
I like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I think I would probably go for The Shining.
Oh,
We had that earlier.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. So what is, obviously you finished Spring Ring and hopefully you're going to submit that to us next, but what is the dream project? What's coming next? What do you really want to get done?
So I've got two actually. One is a continuation of Marvin the Vampire, hopefully as a series.
Nice.
Where I've written already a few episodes, and we're trying to hopefully sell it as a series. Now that also What We Do in the Shadows has finished, so they could fill maybe that whole. And the other is a feature film that I'm working on at the moment too, where I'm just rewriting it at the moment about someone who suffers from face blindness, so he can't recognize faces, and so I put that in a thriller kind of genre, sort of like Hitchcock-esque.
I like that. And yourself, what's coming up next? Do we have anything we can look out for?
no. Just keep going for jobs, seeing what sticks, going out there, doing stuff. Yeah. That's about it really for me.
And the last question, basically, if indie filmmaking, again, I've mentioned already, it's a hard thing to do, and the fact that you even got your film up on the big screen is just an absolute testament to your strength and your ability. But if you could debunk any filmmaking myth or any sort of thing that people have told you through the years, or you've heard through the years, and actually it's not quite true, for anybody wanting to come into the industry, what myth would you like to debunk?
It's not about the camera. It's, story is key. I always say stories, sound, and acting. If that works, then most of the film will work, and the little things, the minor details of lighting and angles can be forgiven if the rest is there. Yeah.
From an actress standpoint?
Probably something along the lines of always trust the people you're working with. The project is not about you. I feel like actors a lot of the time get told you need to focus on yourself, you need to focus on your character and things like that, but it's all a cog in a machine. So literally just trust the people you're working with. They know what the camera can see and they know what they're trying to get across. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, with that, I need to sit here and thank you so much for submitting this movie to us. Again, it's great to see you again. We always love here at Romford seeing returning filmmakers, so absolutely. Seeing your film up on the screen is an absolute pleasure. So thank you for submitting it, letting us show it. Most of all, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Can I get a little round of applause there, please?